Yo, what's good? What's good, Z? My power just went out. I have no clue why, but it should just shut off. Everything got shut off for a second, but it's all good though. If this happens again, I don't know what the hell was going on, but it just shut off out of nowhere. Ain't nothing I could do about it. I just sat here, waited, and now we about to get right back into the breakdown, bro. We about to get right back into the breakdown. Let's see here. Let's find another. We gotta remake this post. Let me get this post over once again right quick. Let me get this post up right quick. We're gonna get right back to where we was. Got that, 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 got that. If this shit shut off again, it might be GG's. If it shuts off again, it might be GG's. I might be cooked. Might be cooked if it shuts off again. But I got that posted. Discord posted again. Instagram posted again. But people will find their way back. We'll be alright. Let me find where I was in the breakdown though. We just finished the play with Ant. Okay, we're about not there. Not there. Right there. There we were. We just finished this play right here. Alright, so what's good, Cat? What's good? What were you saying about the dynamic workouts? What workouts should I be doing? Workouts that incorporate upper body movement and lower body movement. So you know how to be strong through movements in itself. But like I said, I'm going to start posting workouts on Instagram and shit too. So you're going to see a lot of stuff. And those are also going to be broken down. And I'm going to show y'all them as how I think them as well. So you're going to see that in the near future. LeBron is such a diva. Michael would never. What makes LeBron a diva? Because he's shrugging his shoulders and shit? Does this make LeBron a diva? This right here? You talking about this? You talking about that? That make you a little mad, Z, when he look at the camera, he shrug his shoulders? That shit low-key tough, though. It's low-key tough. Was playing at a local basketball tournament on Saturday. How'd it go? Need that ASAP? Yeah, you're going to see a lot of it ASAP. You're going to see a lot of it ASAP. You're going to see a lot. When good was cooking from beyond the arc, good thing it was locked in. Shooting is mental, by the way. Shooting is, I may even put it like 50, like 60, 40 mental. Or once you get to certain levels. Once you get to a certain level, shooting becomes more mental than it is physical. Let me say that. Because when you start, you do need the mechanics and the physical stuff. But as you get older and you have the mechanics, how are you able to consistently apply those mechanics by getting your mind in the right spot? That's all it boils down to. But yeah, like I was saying though, this is where we left off before. Hopefully I still remember some of these clips. Hopefully this didn't disrupt everything I was doing. But what's the name of this way? Oh, that's what it was. Now let's get right back into a flow. Let's get right back into it. So pay attention here on this play. Pay attention on this play. So anytime you begin a possession, you cannot allow this first action that occurs to be the only action that occurs. After this is done, and if you don't get any looks, watch what Derek White does, and this is something as to which y'all gotta put into your habits as a player on the floor, right? He got the ball, first action is done, and now he decides to make a quick move, gets into his attack, paint, kick out, corner to KD, swing there. Now KD begins his 2024 Olympics with an open swing three because they kept the offense going, they kept it flowing. So don't be the person who sees an action be done and then get it and then bring the ball out and try to get everything stagnant, try to run an ISO. No. Just go. Make the most efficient and quick move you possibly can. And if you want to get into an action, call for the action. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Just do it. and then you'll begin to get a lot of easy buckets. Let me read what y'all saying though. Yo, what's good, Bryce? Check the Olympic basketball saw Canada down 23 to France. Damn. Oh, it was women's basketball. I was about to say Canada down 23 to France would have been crazy. Would have been crazy. I'm not even sure if they're in the same group, so may have been caught off guard by that in itself. Only thing my basketball skill, but now I even had a block against one of the most athletic guys, which made us go to overtime against them. We lost in OT though. You gotta live and you learn. You live and you learn. The stream just started, I see. We back. We back with it. They're playing 3-on-3s until 10 points average, 4 points or something. That's solid. That's solid in some threes. That's solid. Bro, did I tell y'all how when I was in high school I used to play FIBA 3-on-3 for best out of 7 games to 21 ones and twos? That's just grueling to think about, but that was days where I was getting my reps in and learning from what I was doing. A lot of learning. But here with Ant, this is something I talked about during the season when it comes down to Ant when he plays defensively. When it comes down to Ant defensively. So you're going to see Ant do this a lot, but it's legal, right? It's legal. So when Anthony Edwards guards the ball, he does a modern version of a legal hand check to improve his ability to stay in front. Watch what he does, right? He got the switch here, leading his defender to that left side. Watch Ant's left arm, right? He gets it right in front of the defender where they use that shoulder to get into your body. But they're not meeting body, they're seeing arm, right? So he's absorbing with the arm before it even gets into his body. And so he does that on that first drive. Next time, goes left again, sticks that hand out, boom, absorbs the contact. But that's where you also got to be careful for the James Hardens of the world, where you get that arm in the cookie jar, and then they decide to bring it right up and find that arm. That's where you got to be extremely careful. And so if he is thinking defense that cerebrally, right? If he's using his mind that much, then he'll know, okay, I'm guarding this type of player. If I do this, I gotta make sure. If I do this against this type of player, they're gonna do that. So I gotta make sure I don't do it at all. So if he pulls back on the habit, and if I see him do that throughout the season, that is gonna let me know something about Ant in this game. But yeah, that's something that he does oftentimes, and usually you're not gonna see many players who know how to go straight up off of that. And all the work that he did prior to allows him to serve as a contest later on because he just had to work a lot. So 3-on-3 Olympics, maybe at some point in time. Oh, you ordered the silent ball? Let me know how it is, though. Let me know how it is. I ain't order it. And now, once again, pay attention. Pay attention to Ant. So notice here. Once again with these weak side cuts. Watch what Ant does, right? Since Ant decides to cut from the wing, he pulls the attention of not just his defender, but the person who's guarding the corner, because 9 understands 7 can't see Ant on that cut. And so what this opens up is KD on the weak side because there's no communication on that cut, and KD now gets another open 3. And so that wing cut, like we just seen before the stream ended, right, with Drew Holiday and D-Book. If you're on that wing, you got to be the one to cut because you could pull in 2. And if you pull in 2, open 3 for your teammate. And if your teammate is there, they make that cut, open 3 for you. It's going to come right back around. You just got to make sure you spread the knowledge to your whole team. Here's another thing with KD. KD's pull-ups. KD does all his work early, right? Understand this. KD's 7 foot, so of course he can shoot over people. But it's the little things that allow him to just knock down the shots as well. So when KD drives, right, defender behind him, watch KD's off arm. The whole time before he gets into his spot, that arm is engaged so then he could maintain space between him and his defender, and so that he could go up once he gets into his spot. If that off arm wasn't there, that space is getting closed up, and now the defender is going to be body to body, and he's pulling up off balance, and he's fading away at a range and speed he can't control. So that off arm when he gets into his pull-ups is vital. So even though KD is 7 foot, the details still matter. The details still matter. So that's even something y'all could add in, because even though KD is doing that at 7 foot against a dude who's 6'10", 6'9", maybe with like a 6'11" wingspan, if you're a person who does like the mid-range, you like to get into those pull-ups, all right, when I did get into this pull-up, if I'm 6 foot, maybe I'm at a level where players are shorter than 6 foot. So if I see someone who may be 5'9", right, I may be able to use a pull-up in the same manner. It's a size ratio. I'm going to talk about it more later on for another KD clip, but just keep the concept in mind. Keep that concept in mind. Let me speed this up as well. Oh, that's another possession. This is another possession. Let me speed this up full speed. So pay attention here. By the way a player moves, you'll know if they could play defense. Watch 33 run back. Just judging by the way he's running, I done seen so many dudes at 24 Hour Fitness have the same exact jog, and I cook them every time. And now you got that same dude on Kevin Durant. KD doesn't even realize it, gives it to Ant. Ant's like, hey, you got this dude on you. And so the work that KD has to do here is just easy. Pull up over the top. You can't do nothing about it. Sometimes you just got to be brutally honest with the eye test and say, all right, this dude legit looks like he can't move, nor does he even seem like he has the capacity to really move in front of me. I'm going to get busy. I'm going to get busy. The eye test oftentimes is right if you're not using ego with the eye test as well. Gotta make sure you're careful with that. Can't mix in the ego with the eye test. And now once again, KD 21 in the first half, by the way. If you didn't see his stats, 8 for 8 in the first half. Doing things like this. So you got the ball thrown to the middle of LeBron. KD trailing on the right wing. Defender picks up on him. Braun looks him off. But KD, he's still going to remain active. So even though he knows he's not going to get this catch here, he still sees opportunities. Because with Braun being there, he's able to get behind Jokic. He makes this cut. He doesn't get the cut. He's got to continue to fill into space, right? And just by continuously moving and having sharp footwork, he's not going to step out of bounds in that corner, which is where a lot of y'all hoopers mess up. Because you get into your workouts, you want to take all these trigger steps coming out the corner, nor do you work on relocating to the corner because you don't train yourself how to move in the game and then get into your shots. But KD, he can score at any place, anytime, anywhere, it don't matter. He's going to get you the bucket. So even that hand by Jokic, you don't even see that. Sharp on the footwork, sharp on the reps, another bucket made easy because what he's doing mentally to guide himself to the right spots. And now here to an amp. Peep this with amp. This is just all, it's all of this right now. A lot of the things I'm showing y'all are not even skill based, right? It's just about your ability to mentally put yourself in the right spot so you know what plays to make, right? So understand, in order for a play like this to get a bucket, it requires that all players see gaps that everyone sees, right? So understand this from the top. So you got Steph Curry who's going to run along this baseline, right? And now this is where the read occurs. Not that first screen, because that was just to get Steph's defender to trail him. It's really right here with the second screen. And so pay attention to Steph's defender. He's now switching out from Ant, right? Or Steph's defender switching to Ant. Let me say it, Ant's defender switching to Steph. And now this gap that's right here, Ant needs to see it and Braun needs to see it. And where a lot of things do get messed up is that the player who's screening this doesn't understand that if I'm setting a screen, especially with someone who has gravity, I will get myself open because they won't be sharp on their switches. What should happen in a scenario like this is that Steph's defender switches underneath Ant, but he continues to run for a little too long, which now opens up the gap and puts the defender on the backside of Ant. Braun throws that down, and now Ant's able to get to the line just by making the read in itself. So when you level up yourself from what you think mentally and what you're focusing on, the looks that you could get, the quality of looks that you get will be a lot better than you having to use your bag every single possession. Same thing here with Drew. Underrated? I'll just say underknown. I'll say I'm underknown at this point right now. Underknown at this point. So pay attention to his weak side as well. Pay attention to what Drew Holiday does. So I'm trying to tell y'all can get easy twos as long as y'all just make the right reads. But the tough part is the mental thing, and this is what y'all got to improve on. So pay attention here with Drew Holiday, right? He's got a defender who just jumped that line because he's seen Embiid with the dead dribble, right? Embiid, I believe, has picked up his dribble at this point in time. Boom, he can't do anything with it. So this player is extremely anxious, right? He's extremely antsy to jump this lane and get that pass because he thinks he's going to throw it. Drew recognizes that. Boom, backdoor. And now on Bron's part, this in modern basketball is an ideological confliction when it comes to the game, right? Meaning that a lot of people think when I get myself in this spot, I got to sit at the 3-point line because a 3 is better than a 2. Not just a regular 2, a wide open 2. And so many players will just stay in the corner and be like, I'm open for a 3. Swing me this 3, right? But you got to take the 2 and take the open 2 before you take the open 3 any day of the week, unless it's last few seconds of the game and you need a 3 or something like that, right? Unless you really do need that 3. But if anything other than that, take the 2. Take the 2 every single time. Get yourself the easy bucket. Don't sit here trying to be goddamn like you Stephen Curry on crack cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing what he already does and then some. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. Just get the 2, bro. Just get the 2. This is another play. I had a play very similar to this that I posted, a clip that I posted. Just like this, but this is just a different play in itself. Y'all got to understand. Pay attention to this, right? Watch Steph's defender, right? At this point in time, there's no angle as to which Steph's defender could be able to beat Steph to the backside of Embiid. So Bron already knows he's in this position, judging by this moment, and also knowing that Jokic is not going to step out and take a pass on the perimeter. I could throw this before Steph even gets off the screen, and I could lead him with that pass. And now Steph gets an open 3 perfectly in rhythm. Trying to tell y'all, them early passes, when you know situations, you know scenarios, it's going to be easy. Then you see Jokic with his hands up. The defender could have done a better job, like of just angling himself to at least give himself a hand. But he wanted to chase, and he left the last second. You can't be indecisive in those moments. You got to commit. Got to commit. And now this is what I also want to talk about. The last, like I was talking about in that last pull-up, right? So, you know KD could shoot over damn near anybody. A lot of y'all could also possibly shoot over a lot of people. It just depends on the ratio of your size ratio. So, like I said before, KD 7 foot going against a dude who's maybe 6'10", pushing 7 foot on the wingspan. KD 7'5" wingspan. He can shoot these all day, not just over him, but over a vast number of defenders, which is why KD goes into the gym and he reps out those shots, right? Since he could do that against a plethora of defenders and people that he'll go against, it's smart for him to actually go and rep that out. Now, like I was saying with the size ratio, if you're going against somebody who may not have the wingspan on you, may not have the height, the athleticism, the jump, the contest, and you could possibly take that same shot. But how often will you use it becomes the question. How often will you get yourself in this scenario to where you could actually use that shot? And now, understanding that, why would I go decide to rep out a shot I could only use against a defender who may end up being 6'2" if I'm like 6'5", 6'3" if I'm like 6'5", 6'6", you know what I'm saying? Shorter wingspan, have the length and all that stuff. That just shows you that, okay, it may be one player on the floor I can use this move against, right? Maybe one at times. If there is somebody who's shorter than me and I do have all these little intangibles over, or these tangibles over, right? And so now you got to begin to think about what you work on, actually what you get into in the summer, and think about what you will most often see. And not just about something, oh, I may get here once or twice. Let me grab that for this one defender I may see every 2 months. Nah, you can't try to train in that manner, because you're going to begin to build a package. You're going to begin to build skill as to what you won't even use. So you got to be extremely careful when it comes down to that. Bad coaching. He has a tool he used. There's another tool I'm about to start using very soon to help with these breakdowns. But I need to actually get the thing for it. I've been plotting on the low, you know what I'm saying? I still be thinking about things on low. Like, how could I be able to show y'all exactly what I'm looking at on the screen? I got an idea for what I'm gonna use for that. I just need to get the tool, the equipment necessary for it. So let's continue to talk about cuts. Playing smart. Playing smart. Again with Drew Holiday, another situation. So now you got D Book from the top of the key. And now pay attention to his right side, right? You seen Ant go down from that wing, and now he exchanges with Drew Holiday. And now D Book's getting more to that right side, but now watch what Drew Holiday does, being at the wing once again. He ends up cutting, and now that cut in itself is what allowed Ant to get an open look. Because watch what Ant's defender did and what Ant did as that cut happened, right? So pay attention. When Holiday cut, he slowed down 13. And as he slowed down 13, Ant lifted up to the wing. So now he created a larger distance for his defender to close out, and the cut slowed him down. So now Ant's going to get an open look. And that was all from Drew Holiday, but he will not get a single thing in the box score because of what he did just there and then. Not get a single thing in the box score. That's just playing good basketball. They should track it, but they don't. Hopefully in time they do. But regardless, that's the type of basketball you got to play. Even though you won't get rewarded with it tangibly or necessarily something you could see, you will get rewarded for it on the actual score in itself and as a team because your goal is just to win. What's the difference between a lift and a shake off of the corner? I mean, not necessarily from the corner. A lift from the corner means going up towards the middle. So you're going up along the three-point line. A shake is going down. So you could shake down to the corner, but you can't shake from the corner because you can't get any further down. So you would have to go, a lift would be corner to wing. A shake would be go from wing to corner. And then there's also pushes and pulls. It's the same concept. It's the same thing. You pull, you go up. You push, you go down. I also call what you say, what is it that you said? Shake, I call those drifts. I call a lift and then a drift, meaning just how you're moving in relation to the middle of the floor. So you're drifting away or you're lifting up. You know what I'm saying? Different terminologies for it. I usually use lift and drift, typically. Baseline drifts is a shake. Yeah. It's all the same concept. Yo, what's good, David? You said what's good? Calling me Unk is crazy, bro. I'm damn near as old as most of y'all. So y'all Unks as well. But let me talk about KD's defender in a second. Look at KD's defender, right? I just want you to look at KD's defender, right? You should already know KD's gonna cook him. Right? So pay attention. Understand. If you pick up on KD like this, you're gonna get cooked. Because one, he's playing behind the line. And two, he's playing with his hands in his pockets. So KD's just going to headsy pull these all day, all night. Don't matter. He's going to go and shoot that because you can't do nothing about it. Even if you had a hand up, you might have shot over you. But then that even shows you, oh, he's thinking about the shot. Boom, headsy. You're cooked. But if you want to at least be able to take away the walk-in three, you've got to at least be either above the line, so then you have a higher pickup point and he can't just step into the range that he's comfortable with. Or if you're going to be at that spot, you have some length, you step back and you show that hand. Just to discourage the shot. And now here again with Bron. I want you to understand all the little parts of this play that even allowed it to work. So, understand. Now, when you run a play like Bron is, certain things you just don't got to worry about. So D-Book right here, Ant right there, you're not going to worry about it. You know they're going to switch that, so you're not going to have a passing opportunity. What Bron is focused on at this point is what's going on with KD and Steph. And with Steph being the screener for KD, you know Steph's defender is not going to go switch or tag. So Bron's already released that pass from his hands so he could lead KD because the distance the ball has to cover. So then KD could actually be able to get the ball. And now with that chase, he turns, boom, shot over the top. Certain plays, if you just know the play, you'll know what to disregard. You'll know what the focus of it is. And a lot of stuff will really be filler. It would be decoys. Like that D-Book stuff with Ant. Like you knew that wasn't going to be the focal point. It was going to be Steph because he has a defender who will not go and tag. So someone may just end up getting open, getting free for a split second. And that was KD, and he got that midi. Basketball IQ, and how can you transfer in the game? I practice, I play good, but in game I forget everything. The thing is, look, Jeb, you don't gotta know everything. Everything that I say, you do not gotta take with you when you go hoop. Only take 1 to 2 things per stream. I'm gonna start doing a disclaimer every stream, right? Take maybe 1 to 2 things that you know like directly relate to you in your game, and then go and apply it to whenever you go work out, right? Just take a couple of things. And what that's gonna allow you to do is actually get better at a particular skill instead of like treading water and just working on a bunch of stuff they shouldn't really be working on. So just like a couple of things. So you could remember 1 to 2, but you can't remember all 20 clips, 25 clips that I put in here. So remember 1 to 2. Remember the ones that correlate to you the most. Off-ball actions, they indeed do. How to beat his own defense. Get the ball into the middle of the floor. Particularly a 2-3. Another thing you can do with a 2-3 zone is that you know how you have 2 players at the top, 3 in the back, right? The 2-3 zone. Have 2 of your teammates. Like, you're going to have to instruct this. You're going to have to tell them what to do. So tell your teammates what to do, or tell them to go and screen the inside of the top 2 players. Not the outside, the inside. Because when you screen the inside, and if you're already in the middle of the floor, then what's going to happen is that you could get straight to the middle. You're now at the free throw line, right? That's what's usually going to happen. So you got to just tell them to screen the middle. I kid you not, it's going to open it up. It may not work every play, but it'll work a couple of times. You screen that middle, it's going to get you straight there. He made it look easy in the first half. Ain't nobody could contest him. And watch this play as well, right? Look. You got to understand the spacing of the floor, right? So understand, right? Bronze defender, right? Bronze defender, you got to look at his angle, understand his angle. This is how you get it. This is how you could get easy backdoor cuts. So let's just, first things first, we're going to go part by part, player by player, so you know what Braun is doing in the situation. So all because you see Braun looking at D-Book doesn't mean he doesn't see the whole floor. He's already scanned it. And with Braun's defender playing up the line, with Drew Holiday's defender playing attached, and now with Jokic also attached to Embiid, Braun sees the paint wide open from the corner of his eye. So when the ball gets in, he just has to make sure he gets this bottom arm so he could misguide the momentum of his defender and be able to get himself downhill. D-Book leads that pass, he gets a layup. Easy tools. Use your peripheral to be able to make plays and see what is open. That's the key. And now here too, being a director. Watch what Braun does. So Braun bringing the ball up, playing the 1, right? Points to that right side for D-Book and Steph on this action, right? And so boom, you get that action done. And now Steph coming along this baseline. Watch Drew Holiday's defender. He is up the line. So he doesn't even know the fact that Steph Curry is running along the baseline. So when Steph even just gets in the vicinity, he didn't realize this, oh, he's looking corner. He jumps out, doesn't know if they're switching or staying, and now Drew Holiday gets open. Directing the action, 1, and 2, utilizing the gravity of your teammates. Instead of always trying to work so hard for certain things, just allow people to do what they do best, and it's going to make everything everyone else does easier. And out here too, this play as well. This might be one of the most embarrassing things that you could do as a player on the offensive side, where you drive and not only do you get stood up, right, but also you get the ball stripped like that. And it's like, shit, like it's just a weak ass move, right? You may not be super weak as a person, but that move was weak as shit. And so now what Braun ends up doing is that he gets here. He's playing up the line of the pass to Drew, so he can't get that there. You got 2 over here, so you know they sprint down. Braun says, forget all that. I'm getting to the lane, getting to my lane. And when you get contact on lays like that, you know, you feel different. You feel different. If y'all been in those situations, you feel different. Where you're hitting 2-3 bodies going through the lane and you finish off the lay, you be feeling different. And Braun had hit a little shoulder shrugs and shit afterwards. So Them plays be tough. And now another thing. Now understand. When Bron gets into this action, he already knows Jokic is going to show. And so Bron's not even worried about Jokic. He's not worried about Jovic. He's worried about what's going on the weak side with Ant. And so with Ant's man being attached, he already knows he cannot plug. So I'm going to throw this lob and he can't do nothing about it except for foul. So when you're able to disregard things you don't need to worry about, it's going to allow you to focus on what you do need to worry about. You feeling like a menace? What you mean by that? What you mean? Let me go back one more time for this play. Let me talk about something a lot of people get confused with, or they get stuck with. So, watch Ant, right? He gets the catch at 5 seconds on the shot clock, and he knows the time is going down. And when you just play a regular game of basketball, the time usually goes faster than you think it really is. And so when y'all get in these situations, understand y'all got a lot of time. 5 seconds is a lot of time, right? And if you understand the concept like I just said, you have more time than you think. Allow yourself to play with a pace, play with a cadence, and don't try to force anything because you may end up finding something when it seems like there's nothing. You think Ant doesn't have anything, utilizes pivots, his pump fake. His defender also knows the fact the shot clock is going down, so they're going to be antsy, and he now ends up getting his bucket. Oh, the contact lays on G, bro. On G they do. On G they do, bro. Them contact them, especially if it's a one of those off two, or you come through a lane, they just smack an arm. I'm trying to tell you, you be getting you hype. But Steph made he made Jokic do something big, just can't do, right? So pay attention. Watch Steph's rhythm, right? He rises up, 1. And also in that rise up, he also changed his pace, 2. Now, who's in front of his face? Jokic. And so now when he hits that move on a big, Jokic can't do anything about it. And when a big opens up, they can't stop themselves after that. And now Steph gets an easy midi. He made a big do 2 things they simply just can't do. Change levels, especially as a defender. And 2, change pace. Because as a defender, you're moving bilaterally and not really unilaterally. You're not really in a sprint. You're in more of that shoulder width apart stance, right? Feet are next to each other. And so when you get a big who's not good at moving in that plane, doing things like that, good luck with them guarding you. Good luck. And I'll peep this as well. Peep this as well with Steph. Now, sometimes when you run a play, you got to be a decoy. Watch Steph. He sprints from the right side to the left side, only to get to the left side, not to get a screen for him, but to set a screen for D-Book. And then even after he sets a screen for D-Book, he runs away. He didn't even get the ball the whole time. Because what's going to happen now is that with Steph having the gravity that he has, D-Book is now able to put pressure on 33. AD gets a roll and sees no help from the weak side and gets a layup. Steph was the decoy the whole time. Whole time he was just a decoy. All he had to do was run around, come off a screen, come off a floppy, then set a screen for D-Book and run away. And he got nothing in the box score for it. He just did it. That's just winning basketball. Give me 1 second. I'm going to answer your question. This is the last play I got. So I want to talk about handling ball pressure. So the easiest way to handle pressure, especially in situations like this, is that when a defender decides to go up, you just go the opposite way. Because just by physics in itself, you'll be able to create some sort of space or get some sort of leverage, right? And so now Steph has Bogdanovic behind him, and now forces Bron's defender to help in. He dumps that off to Bron. It really be as simple as that. Like just going the opposite way of the way a defender is pressuring you. It really be that simple sometimes. Kid you not. But yeah, that's the end of that breakdown though. We a little bit of a hectic stream shut off and shit, but we good, we chilling. We still got both VODs up. I'm still keep both of them up. We gonna be alive again probably on Thursday to watch the next Team USA game. But you said LeBron, Pookie, how do you make sure the guard doesn't stay attached on the screen and the big man switches to you? Sometimes they won't switch. the best thing you could do in that situation is to stretch out the big all the way to the right side or to the left side, meaning that if you're running a pick and roll from going to your right? So say you're coming off that screen. You want to use all the room that you have on that right side to make them cover that and essentially almost force a switch because you've gotten so far away from the big, they can no longer guard two being in one spot, right? And if the person that was guarding you gets hit, then they may really have to switch that. But you may not always have that type of spacing, and if you do get in that spot, you got to make sure you set that spacing. So you can do the same thing going from the right side. You can do it going to the left side. You got to use all the space that you have. You do want to try to get that switch. But trying to get the switch sometimes isn't your best bet. You got to leverage the fact they're trying to guard two people. Make them make a decision who they want to commit to by going downhill. Then afterwards, you could be able to essentially get the ultimate goal of what you're doing, which is a bucket. So Tatum not playing. Some people be making fun of him. I mean, as long as Tatum takes us to heart and comes back next season on Demon Time, you know what I'm saying? He come back in locked in. But if he don't, I mean, we'll see. But hopefully he does. He's like, all right, we're gonna see who's a really top dog. But it's a stacked team. It's tough to be able to find minutes. Like the only person you can replace with him is, I guess, not even Derek White in the way they use him. Like they don't play the same role. Not even Derek White. I mean, it would be D Book. It would be D Book if anything. But Book's a better off-ball player. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you got someone who wants to take a catch-and-shoot shot, you know how Jason Tatum be doing that weird shit with a shot. You know how he be shooting and arching his back and shit. Like I don't know what he be doing. Like he just should be weird. Like arch his back, throw a hit to the side, then like drop down. Like it should be weird. But if that's way too long of a shot sometimes, man. It's weird. But yeah, hopefully he come back and takes it to heart. I don't think they're going to lose a game. Keep it a bean. I don't think they're going to lose. I think they're going to beat France. We'll see, because if they play in the zone, they got all that length. It's going to be tough, but I think they still going to win. Confidence in game situations. Joel, you just got to put more work in. Confidence comes from repetitions and being able to show yourself that you're able to do something, right? Show yourself that you're able to do something. If you can't show yourself that you're able to do a certain thing, you will have no confidence in your ability to do it. So you got to actually go and get those reps in right now when you have gotten no reps, but just understand by getting the reps in, you will get better. So make sure y'all leave a like on this. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all got your notifications on. I'm about to slide out. I got some other stuff I need to get done today. But make sure y'all join the Discord. Make sure you join the school community. My shooting program is halfway done. Got the first 6 weeks in there. So make sure y'all go ahead and join the school community for the full shooting program. How I've been able to fix my jump shot, fix my little thumb push and shit. But play Tatum and Halliburton, no room for him. There's not really much room for him. But yeah, like I said, about to slide out. Make sure y'all pull up on Thursday. We're gonna be live again on Thursday. And make sure you sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self. Do everything you need to do to get to where you're here to be. So discipline or regret, you choose.